Hey everybody, your good friend and humble host, Geoff with the G, here with another episode of Couple Beers. Now today we have a very special episode. We're not going to really trying beer. We're actually going to be teaching you how to do the perfect pour. And you might wonder, oh, what's the perfect pour? Why should I even pour my beer? Why can't I just drink it straight from the can? Well, we're going to get into that, and actually it's really important. Pour attempt, get it? Anyway, so some reasons why you might want to pour your beer. Have you ever had that time when you drink a beer and you're like, oh, I feel so bloated. Oh. I know that's a lot of people's complaint about beer. Have you ever had a beer, it's just like, it's not refreshing. I'm not getting that crisp factor to the beer, which beer should always have. It should always be enjoyable. What we're gonna do today is teach you that perfect pour so you have a good beer experience every time. Step 1, grab a clean glass. That's too big. That glass is too small. That's not even a beer glass. Perfect. A stem glass is great for IPAs, but we'll get into that in another video. So now we're ready to pour the beer. First thing you want to do is tilt the glass at about a 45-degree angle, and let's gently pour in the beer. You don't want to pour it too slow. You want it to be pretty nice, pretty rapid. Again, you don't want to look like you're trying too hard. Now this is the key point, right about there. Yeah, we want to shift it vertical, and you see that blast. Excellent, that's the yeast activating, and it's gonna make your beer nice and fresh and crispy. Again, see the perfect level of foam. If you're too gentle with it, it's not gonna activate, and that's when you're gonna get a kind of a flat beer. On the contrast, don't want too much foam. So you want about a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of foam. Okay, now that we have the perfect pour, before we step into a bad pour, one thing to know is you want a glass very clean. I know I mentioned it earlier, but it's really important that it maintains the head as you're drinking. It's gonna lock in the flavor. So I think we've all experienced, a bad pour where it's too much foam. I think everybody's pretty much seen that. What you probably haven't seen is too little of a foam. You might not have noticed that's a problem. And if you've ever had a beer where you're like, oh, I feel so bloated, that's what's happening right there. So let's demonstrate the way to pour it poorly with too little foam. And that's when you do it too gentle. You're gonna people will, I need to pour it so slow, 45-degree angle the whole time. Gentle the whole way through. So, if you're watching closely, that didn't really activate like our perfect pour did. So you might be thinking, okay, so what's the big deal? Well, let me show you what's going to happen when that beer interacts with your stomach acids. Okay, so now let's get sciencey with this. So we have our perfect pour over here and our too little pour over here, I would call it. And these pieces of paper towel are going to represent our stomach acids. When the beer hits our belly, this is what's going to happen. So I'm going to put this in the perfect pour, and nothing really should happen. Yeah, okay. Nothing big. Kind of definitely disrupted it slightly, but it's nothing to write home about. Okay. Now, let's try it in the too slow pour. Whoa! See how the foam's it's basically activating it afterwards. So look at the foam rise on this one versus the perfect pour. That's basically what's happening inside your stomach when you drink a beer that hasn't been poured properly. And that's what's giving you that bloated feeling. If you've had a bad pour experience sometime, let me know about it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. So thank you very much for watching this special episode. I hope you have a little more confidence and a little science behind your beer pouring. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Share it with your friends. Tell them you know more than them about beer. So that's it for the beer pouring episode. Thanks for watching Couple Beers. Right, Jess? Jess? Now today we have a very special episode for you. Aww, episode with kitty cats.